Hey, what's up you guys? I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna get right into this video and show you my settings for the DJI Mic 2. Now you're probably asking, why is it important to capture good audio? Without good audio, you will not have a good video. That is solely what I believe, alright? So in order to have a good video from far, you must leverage your tools like this audio device in order to capture good audio and storytell, alright? So with that being said, man, let's go ahead and get inside. I'm gonna give you my best settings for the DJI Mic 2. Let's get it. Now that we're inside, man, I think that this DJI Mic 2 is a step above the DJI Mic 1. Now you're probably asking, what's the difference between the two? And honestly, I'm not going to give you a full breakdown of the difference between this and that, man. There are plenty of videos on YouTube, but I'm definitely glad that I upgraded from the 1 to the 2. It has 32-bit flow, noise cancellation, and a whole bunch of other dope features with an amazing build, right? To be able to help me grow and scale my videography business. Now, for those who don't know, man, I've been shooting since 2018. I started with a iPhone camera, right? I just put my iPhone camera on a phone gimbal and I started filming people around my college campus. And eventually that led me to getting my first camera, which I don't know if you can see it, but it's up there, right? The Sony 6400. I had no idea what I was doing, right? But I just practiced, I did a whole bunch of work for free over the course of many months, many years, and eventually I became an expert at shooting. And I was able to leave my forklift job and become a full-time content creator by just practicing, studying my craft, and not being afraid to fail. So with audio, it's something that I definitely had to learn. Video is separate from audio, but once I learned how to combine these two, I started getting booked. And I want you to be able to make a whole bunch of money by, leveraging your camera and your tools in order to storytell and solve a problem for other people. So people like to ask me what I do. I simply just solve problems for other people, and content is king. So I feel like I'll have my job for a very long time, right? But with that being said, man, let's go ahead and get into the best settings for your DJI Mic 2. All right, let's talk about your transmitter and receiver and how you need to set that correctly in order to combine it with your camera audio to get crispy sounds. All right, let's get it, y'all. To start off, I definitely recommend that you go into your camera and you set the voice levels to around 13, all right? Now, some cameras, when you first open it, it's jacked all the way up to 23, but I think that the best thing for you to do is actually do an audio test. Make sure that your levels are around -12 in that range, all right? So what I do is jack it all the way down to that 13 range, and that allows my voice to sound good. Now you're probably asking, why is this important, man? It gets rid of all of the noise in your actual audio and it helps you sound crispy. But in order to tie your camera audio with your actual DJI mic, you have to tweak a couple of settings in order to make sure that it sounds good. So the first thing that I like to do is actually check the volume in my actual camera body. All right, now when I first got my Sony, I actually didn't know how to change the volume, how to change the sound, how to do any of that until I just simply asked the right questions, looked up the right videos, and I practiced. What I actually did was I went in my camera, I adjusted my audio levels, and I actually found that the sweet spot for my voice is around 13. So it's very important for me to have it around that 15 range because you want to prevent your audio from peaking, or you also want to prevent it from being too low where people can't hear you. I also like to have my DJI wireless mic on level 0. That's important for me because I talk loud, all right? And sometimes I know that I can get very excited, right? So I want to make sure that my audio levels aren't peaking. And this is why it's important for you to have your audio settings correct, because you cannot have a good video without good audio, okay? Now, I tend to use these DJI wireless mics when I'm shooting any type of client, such as a real estate agent or a motivational speaker or entrepreneur. I tend to use this anytime that I'm actually far away from the camera. So if I was doing a day in the life video as a content creator, or if I was filming a subject on stage with my camera, I would simply just put on this and I would attach this to my actual client, and it'll help me capture really good audio that's already synced to my video. All right, now I always speak on speed. Speed is very important when you're working with these entrepreneurs and high-level clients because they want their stuff fast. They're paying me a lot of money to get them a turnaround time of 24 to 12 hours. So I have to, of course, use my tools and leverage this in order to get more bookings and land more clientele. But in order to do that, man, you have to first capture good audio, and I'm going to get you into the settings of how I actually capture really good audio on my DJI Mic 2. Let's get it. Now, you guys, the first thing I want to talk about is the receiver. Now, when I first started, bro, I actually had a hard time remembering what was the receiver and the transmitter. But I like to tell people, when you receive data or you receive messages, it tends to come to your phone. This looks like a phone, kind of. All right, so this is how I remember it being a receiver instead of a transmitter. The transmitters are these right here, which are your wireless mics. Now, DJI did a really good job of branding it and just making it better than the last version. But yeah, these are your transmitters. You get 2 of them in your receiver. The reason that I love DJI is because they made this touchscreen. All right, so as you can see, man, I am recording on my DJI wireless mic, and all I gotta do is press this button right here to pause, start my recording, okay? Now also, you can cut that on as well, all right? And if I want to mute it, I just press that button right there. So I love it because the interface is very easy to use. I think that it's really good for anybody who is shooting an entrepreneur or anybody on stage, because it allows you to do everything that you don't necessarily have to do up close and personal. So yeah, this is what I tend to use. Now let's talk about my receiver settings. Now, I like to shoot everything on mono. For those that don't know, man, mono allows you to shoot on one big channel. So let's say if you had some Apple AirPods on, right? If you were shooting on mono, it will allow you to hear in your left and right ear at the same time. So mono is what I typically shoot on, just because it puts it all in one big waveform. If I was a person that's shooting a podcast or something like that, then I would probably shoot stereo, right? Because stereo separates the channels from left and right. So for example, if I was to put on some Apple headphones again, right, you will be able to only hear it out of your left ear or your right ear, right? So that's how I like to look at it. But mono and stereo are the 2 modes that I use. Now, a lot of people ask me, when do I use this mode? And it is mono mode, but with a safety track on it. Now, I use this mode as a backup, okay? And the reason that I love this is because it actually shoots 6 decibels lower than what you're actually speaking at. So, in my opinion, if you're a person that talks super loud, I would recommend this mode because it avoids audio peaking. Now, I think it's a game changer, man. DJI did a really good job of making all-in-one stop shop, and don't make the mistake of actually shooting in stereo mode. It's a headache in post-production trying to adjust the settings and get it right. My receiver settings are very basic. I have my receiver gain at 0 because I actually went into my camera and adjusted the audio levels before I adjusted the levels in my DJI wireless mic. All right, very simple. I got my volume up a little bit because I like, to hear exactly what people are saying. Okay, you don't have to worry about stuff like this. This is auto off, so when you put it in the actual bass, it'll cut it off for you. But I tend to leave this off right now because success loves speed. I want to take it out and it's already on, ready to go, because I need those important moments. I need to be able to capture good audio if I'm trying to chase down an entrepreneur, right? But yeah, that's my settings for my receiver. Let's go over to the transmitter. It's pretty much similar to what I've already shot. I have both of them at 0, 0. Like I said before, I adjust all of my settings in the camera first before I actually tweak the audio on my receiver. All right, so very simple, you guys. As you can see, it has the 32-bit float recording. The 32-bit float recording allows you to record audio without peaking. So for people who tend to get very loud, I tend to, of course, use this DJI wireless mic because it helps me with good audio. All right. And like I said before, man, without good audio, you will not have a good video. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much into the actual details of this DJI wireless mic. There are a lot of settings on YouTube for that already. My goal is to be able to help you with exactly what you need help with, and actually do this very quickly because you guys are very busy. All right. But these are some of the things that you can do to adjust your receiver and transmitter. If you want vibrations come on to get notified, if you want an LED light indicator to let you know when you're recording, you can do that. Also, if you want to check the storage, you can do that. Or if you wanted to auto record. So if you want to take it directly out of this base, right? You wanted to start recording, you can set it up through the auto recorder. I just turn it on. But for me to save space, I actually just keep it off. And then I'll just press record on my actual DJI wireless mic when it's time to do that. Or what I also do is I'll actually swipe up, right? And I'll press record on my actual receiver to be able to capture the audio without necessarily going up on my subject to press record on DJI wireless mic. That's it, man. Now always listen to the audio in this receiver as well as my camera, just to make sure that my audio levels are good before I actually start recording a client, right? You want to make sure that you have good audio. Like I said before, you guys, without good audio, say it with me, you will not what? You will not have good video, all right? That's it. Inside of the DJI wireless mic case, man, you have your receiver, your 2 transmitters, you have a magnet. And what I'll do when I'm recording myself is I'll actually press record on the side and just record always internally on the DJI wireless mic. Now I believe it has up to 14 to 15 hours of internal recording, okay? And I do this as a backup because you just never know. I'll rather be prepared than not be prepared. So yeah, this is a very good mic, very good case. Shout out to DJI for making really good products. Now I don't know if you guys noticed already, but in the case it has your adapter pieces. But since I have a iPhone 15, I'm actually going to use the right adapter, Type-C port adapter. Just going to simply connect this, slide it up, and attach it directly into my iPhone. As you can see, mic check 1, 2, test audio. If I'm a person that wants to record on my phone, all I gotta do is plug it in here and I'll be able to record on my phone. So very simple, man. The audio will come directly through the video. So if I'm a content creator on the go, all I gotta do is plug in this DJI wireless mic, make sure that my audio levels are within that green, which it is. And as you can see, if I talk louder than what I'm normally supposed to talk at, it's gonna be very hard for this DJI wireless mic to peak with the 32-bit flow. So let me calm down a little bit. I'm a little hyped, but I'm just showing you guys exactly why this mic is a game changer if you want to grow and scale your videography business. But that's it, man. Let me take this out. Very simple. I'm gonna confirm it. So what you want to do is just hit this button on the side. It's going to allow you to unlock and lock your screens. So as you can see, no matter what, I can't do anything on the screen. Yeah, lock, unlock, lock, unlock. So as you guys can see, man, right now I am taking out this camera adapter. So this is the DJI Mic 2 camera adapter, right? So I'm a person that wants to avoid those cables because it prevents that popping sound for some of the DJI mics that first came out. So what I'll do is I'll just take this right here, slide it just like that. Yep. Then I'll plug this into my actual camera in a hot shoe mount on my Sony FX30, and it'll allow me to capture audio directly from the camera to the video without any cable. So it's a game changer. But as you can see, my screen is still locked. There you go, unlock. All right, you guys, that's it for the DJI Mic 2 in the best settings in order to capture crispy audio. As you guys can see, man, this device is a game changer. I'm using it right now, to capture really good audio for this video. But stay tuned for more videos. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join the community. And if you have any questions, man, please drop them below because I want to be able to connect with you. I want you to be able to connect with me. And the only way to do that is through communication, all right? Like I said before, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the community. And I will see you guys on the next video. Let's get it, y'all.